Good morning, Elena. How are you? We are Yolanda Sabater and Jordi Tarrega writing for Stairway to Rock. So thank you very much for having this interview with us. And this interview is to promote the last release, Song of Darkness, which came out 6th of March. But first of all, let me ask you, where are you right now?
I'm actually in Germany. Yeah, I live
Oh,
already since 2018 in Germany.
you are in the middle of touring or just now at home?
No. We came back on Monday, so I'm a couple of days already now at home.
Super.
Okay, how the audience responds to the new EP? Do you usually read comments or reviews on specialized websites or in YouTube?
Yes, sometimes. I mean, the label is also sending us some sum ups of stuff from online, and of course, the best is to play the songs live and see how people react. And yeah, it's been really great. It was really nice few release shows, and now we go forward with some more shows to Asia.
Have you already play all of some of the new songs in live in
Yes, yeah,
concerts?
yeah, we did. We played Song of Darkness already in November, actually in Latin America. That was the premiere. And now we had the release shows, and we also played Hall of the Brave. So those two songs from the EP.
I want to tell you that probably Hall of the Brave is my favorite song of the EP because it shows the possibilities of the band and what is the band nowadays, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It has kind of all the elements. Also, Alex is there, I'm there, and it has the folky elements, and it's heavy and anthemic, and yeah. So yeah, it's a great example of live-size music for sure.
But I read in the description of the EP that the record label sent to us that you describe this EP as the beginning of a new cycle. So I don't know is a new creative way that you already think about you as a band, or why this, or you wanna describe this as a new chapter?
I think it's well, a big reason for this is probably that we have a new label now, so it's kind of like a
Yeah,
new
that's
beginning
another
for
question.
yeah. Yeah, so it's just and also of course we wanted to bring something out now because Myths of Fate came out in 2024, and now between the albums and all these changes, so it was good to bring something new out also.
Roots Eternal. I think it's a really beautiful ballad. Do you write the lyrics of all the songs?
No, mostly not, but for this song, actually, yes, it was originally the music and lyrics was from me, and then we worked on the lyrical concept with Alex together. So we made it about this, a sacred tree, and I really like the image of the roots spreading across the universe and kind of connecting everything together. So yeah, it was a bit more personal song maybe for me on this EP.
I read that the lyrics are really connected with the I'm gonna say if I spell correct, Gisli saga from Iceland. Why this particular story, and if you can tell us about a bit about this history, because we are from Spain. I mean, at least me, I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah, I mean, this would probably be a question for Alex because he comes up
Ah,
with
okay.
concepts a lot. So yeah, it's the Song of Darkness is about the Gisli story. It's a kind of tragic, very dramatic story about murder, revenge, and all this kind of stuff. And it just fits really well, into the stories that we want to tell with the music. And also, if you've seen the music video, it was really perfect to bring this story visually alive too. Of course, there's always a bit of room for symbolism and fantasy and everything also, but like you can see the symbolism in the video too. But it's a very famous Icelandic saga. Yeah.
Are the Viking sagas the main inspiration for the band?
Sorry, once more.
If are the Viking sagas, the Viking period, the main inspiration for the lyrics and the music of the band?
Yeah, I think Leaf Size has always been about the Norse mythology, and of course now with Myths of Fate we have gone a bit more into the mythical side of things, mystical things. There's also an album like The Last Viking that was a concept album of Harald, so it's sometimes a little bit more, let's say, history focused and more accurate things, and also more battles and these kind of stories. And then now it was a bit more focusing on this mystical side of things. So it's all there, and nature, of course, also. So it's all combined in Life Size.
Okay, now you have released an EP. So are you aware that the public is gonna demand more songs? Are you also considering a regular album or LP in a short time?
Yeah, I mean, we are well in the way of writing and working on the new album, and schedule permitted, I hope. Yeah, it will be. We start the recording soon. We have already the vocal arrangements kind of done, and then the guys have to work on some guitars and all the other stuff. It takes a while always to get everything together, but yes, we are on
And
our way.
also in good progress. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, do you remember when Lip Eyes played in Barcelona with 12 Vikings on stage?
Yes,
I
yeah, I
was
think
there.
so. Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
nice. Okay,
I
cool.
am from Barcelona, and you started the show. You play with two other bands, and it was shocking because in your show there was were 12 Vikings armed with helmets.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I know that Alex loves to recreate and to perform battles. He comes usually to Barcelona, and I think that all of those guys were friends of him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's in this Viking scene. The reenactment groups are very active, and it's really great when they join us. Not always possible, but yeah, it's really, if there was a 12 Vikings, then that's really cool. I mean, you need a big stage for it, but it's excellent to have them there. It always brings like the different kind of dimension for the show, for sure.
I was wondering to ask you, which is the routine of a band that, I mean, you finished already the tour of the last album, so now you are more focusing some tours. Of course, I don't know if still focus on the new album or you change the set list, and of course, how you still continue working, just composing. You also rehearse. Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, I think it's everything as you just mentioned. So we just came back from the release show, so now we're of course focusing on the EP. It's out. We're going to Asia, and then we have some festival shows coming. But meanwhile, we of course want to also finish the new album. So it's juggling all these things together. Everyone having also jobs, day jobs, and then traveling. We go to the studio and find the time to continue the creative process. And yeah, it's sometimes a bit of a juggling act, but it's all great. You kind of get one side, and then you can immerse into the other side, and it all works together at the end.
And you are going to play in China, Japan, Romania. So I think Levi's is growing. You are visiting new places, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, my last time and my first time was in 2019 in Japan. And since then, I was never there. Of course, it was the corona pandemic time in between. So it's great to go back. And I was never in China before, so that will be exciting for me as well. So yeah, it's still few places in the world I never visited. So one by one, ticking the boxes. And yeah, it's always great. Looking forward to it, really.
What has been the most unexpected place that where you discovered that you had fans?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, obviously, it is all over the world, and sometimes it's wonderful to get unexpected messages from people that have been touched by a song, or that somehow found something special. It's really like one of the best feelings you can have, that someone is listening to your music. I can't come up with a specific place right now, but it's of course all over the world. And then sometimes you meet people who say that, ah, I saw you there, and then and it's really nice, and
You
people
know,
are
because
so supportive.
Asia or China, I mean, Japan or China are not the most typical places. Of course, because of the English barrier. So in Europe, we are used to, understand the English. So I think it's a big step.
Yeah, I mean it's I assume there is, since metal bands are going there, there must be a
Yeah.
fan base there. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, Japan last time was fantastic, and yeah, so that's why I'm really it's a different kind of world a bit, like you say, for us, different culture and everything. So yeah, it's great.
Are you going to play in summer festivals?
Yes, we have a few at the moment. Hopefully, there will be more. There will be, I think, one in Portugal in July. We're also playing in May somewhere in Germany, I think, and then Serbia in end of August and stuff like this. So a few there is, yeah, yeah.
But not in Spain.
I know, unfortunately, not now, but who knows? Maybe there's still something coming.
A big question. A change of the record label. Why?
Yeah, I mean, this is also maybe a question for Alex, as he's more of the contact person with the labels and everything management. AFM was kind of, if I'm correct, AFM, our previous label, kind of stopped certain way. We came into the end of our contract, and then it was kind of natural process to look for another label, and obviously Alex is in very good terms with our new RPM, so it was a very natural process. Being long time on one label, and then sometimes it's good to have a little change, and now we'll see the way forward. I think it also brings a little different oomph for the band, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's a nice change.
Okay, let's talk about when you join the band. I think that when you join Levi's, the bands change. I think that Levi's was a project in which Liv Christine was the focus, and
Hmm.
nowadays Levi's is another project or band. And let me say that I prefer the currently Levi's.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is a question that I, of course, always kind of get a lot. It's been 10 years now that I've been in the band, and from the very beginning, I saw it as exactly as you say, coming as something completely new, because I'm totally different kind of vocalist, different kind of performer, different kind of personality. You cannot never, when you have a change of a singer, then it's a new era, of course, and you don't want to, and you shouldn't try to imitate someone or whatever. It's just new kind of stuff, and of course the music has also maybe evolved into a certain direction a little bit according to my voice to suit everything together. And it's been a great journey of 10 years also for myself, developing vocally, I think, a lot. When I look back, and I'm much more comfortable now, and it's and that doesn't mean that, like you say, for some people they prefer something and some people prefer something, and that's totally fine, but I can't do anything else but be myself and do my best, and be authentic for myself, and then that's all I can do, and then I can be happy with myself also.
In Spain, with a band, when a band changes singers, sometimes we take really personal. I
Hmm.
don't know if it's our kind of behavior, just because we are Spanish and we are really intense people. But do you struggle with more comments at the beginning and now just no because of the past of the time, or is it more or less the same since your beginning in the band?
To be honest, I was never really struggling with it that much. Maybe hard to imagine, but when I joined the band, I literally had like 2 weeks time to learn the songs, and then we played in Jakarta for 10,000 people. So my focus was to learn the
Yeah.
songs, do my best, and then develop. Of course, I saw some comments, but it's also for me. always the thing that if someone, let's say, gives you a feedback that is reasonable, and you
Yeah.
go like, yeah, okay, I can take that, and maybe I can, get better, or maybe there's a point. But when people throw comments that are totally absurd, then I also can't take it seriously. I think it tells more about the person than anything else. So you kind of have to filter this noise a little bit. And for me, it was never, no one was ever like rude to me or anything. People can comment online always. So that's something you can't help. Whether it's anything, you can see it in the world. I think it's getting worse and worse, to be honest, with this. And it's
No,
a bit
but
sad.
glad to see that was more or less positive. So nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you Tuomas Holopainen cousin?
He's my second cousin, yes. So my father and his mother are cousins. Yeah.
Sorry
I
to that.
didn't find that info. You're really a
Okay. Yeah.
detective.
Yeah, we used to. I remember as kids because we have a summer house in Kite. So we used to meet each other as kids, in the when all the relatives came together. But then later on, I unfortunately didn't really have much contact with him, so I don't really know him that well. We had few emails. He invited me to the London show, but I never met him in that time. And yeah, so I am related to him, but not really like not in contact or anything at the moment.
Let's go for the classical questions, Yolanda. Or do you have
No,
more?
no, no, no. I have more. Yeah,
Okay.
fast. Okay. About symphonic metal. Um, what I mean, do you consider this is a technique that people tend to refuse in the mainstream of metal nowadays? Or what's your opinion? I mean, it's not the trend.
Whatever is the trend or whatever people, consider being, I mean, I know all styles divide people, and you don't have to like everything, obviously. You can pick and choose. There's a lot of bands, a lot of music, so you don't have to like everything. I also don't like everything, and I prefer to listen to this, to this. But I think to be very close-minded in this way, that just because something is symphonic, it would be instantly somehow not acceptable, then it's a bit silly, in my opinion. If the music has quality and it's great, I can appreciate all kinds of genres, even if it's not really my, let's say, my cup of tea. But that goes with everything, as you know. Some people are very close-minded and some people are very open-minded. So that's how it goes.
And as I look for the info, I understand that your background is more focused on classical, but you are now more in the technique of the world of metal. What do you enjoy most
Yeah,
nowadays?
I mean that is also a good thing because I have both worlds. I come from the classical background. My whole family are classical musicians. I grew up with this music. I love it absolutely. I love the power of classical music. I used to sing opera on stage and everything, and then combined with the the power of metal, for me it works really well, and it's a great combo. And I think it should always be balanced correctly, which is really good in my opinion in live size. So it's not like it's overpowered by one thing. You have a lot of elements, and then you have to focus which part comes out at what point. So if it's only about the symphonics also, and combined with my voice, then maybe it doesn't work. So you have to find this balance of, his voice and my voice and the orchestra and the guitars. And yeah, it's not always so easy. But I like the combination, absolutely. I think it's a really powerful and emotive combination that you can bring, the classical orchestra and heavy guitars and stuff.
Are you still working with the Angel Nation project?
Well, at the moment, I have to admit that it's been kind of on pause because I absolutely loved making the last album, but it was very, very difficult because the guys are in UK, and due to Brexit and everything, even to do tiniest shows and stuff, it's very expensive. and very difficult. And of course, my time also living in Germany and being busy with Leap Size and everything else. Yeah, sadly, it's been a bit at the back burner. But I'm all the time writing music, so it's whether it's going to be Angel Nation or something else. I'm all the time creative. That will never stop.
Okay, I think I can start with the classical questions if it's fine, Jordi. Yeah?
Okay,
Or
which was the first album you bought, but with your own money?
Oh wow, you're gonna be surprised by this. If I'm honest, I mean, my first album was when I was like, I think 10 years old, and my dad took me to the record shop. I played violin at that time, and I was idolizing a little girl called Sarah Chang. She was like a wonder, like a prodigy, child prodigy, and I wanted this album of this Sarah Chang violinist, and that's what I bought.
You are not the only
no,
violin player.
I play the violin also, and
Yeah,
one of my friends here is soprano, and I really recognize being singer and this kind of opera
yeah,
work is super hard. So I congrat you, but yeah, when I listen her, it's like wow,
yeah,
totally.
yeah,
So
cool.
okay, the second question. If you can say us three horror films that you see when you were a child or teenager that really shock you, like scary, horror.
Uh, this
Ah, yes.
it, this question is for Popular One magazine. It's the most important music magazine in Spain.
Okay.
We,
They're
we both work
compiling.
together, and we are working in this special about horror films
I
and
saw,
musicians.
okay, okay. Ooh, horror films. There was this one, but gosh, I don't remember the name now. I just remember it didn't finish. It was something about something in arsenic. I have to check it now. It wasn't, I think it wasn't even a horror film, but there was a scene where that shocked me for sure. And then we sneaked with my brother and we watched the Texas Chainsaw film. We weren't allowed to watch it, of course, but the VHS was in the cupboard and we put it in and watched. That was maybe not the best idea back then. What else would have shocked me? Because, of course, I wasn't really allowed to watch. Maybe later on, then we watched some of the Saw films, and there were
Yeah.
some scenes that definitely stick in my mind. But I was a bit older already then. Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the first time you cried in a concert? Do you remember the band and the song?
Cried in a concert. Mm-mm. I think one time I was on the boat on the 70K, and there's this really I love this song from Evergrey. I think it's called "Missing You," and it was kind of unusual to play a ballad like this, in the party boat. But he and I really love his voice, and I remember it maybe teared me up a little bit at time. I was going through some stuff then, and that's the one time I remember. Yeah. And the other times would have been just, me trying to perform a song that I wrote for my grandma and mother, and it was just impossible. But that's it wasn't about other bands, so yeah.
Okay, and the last one is you have a lot of money to invest in a live show. Which performance would you like to do? Like fire, lasers, I don't know,
Drakkar.
helicopters?
Uh-huh, okay. Well, I already kind of had my wish come true when I was riding a horse on the Sign of the Dragon Head video. That was really cool. So maybe I would come on stage like, Shania Twain on a horse. Combine it with a Viking, shield maiden maybe. Would be cool to like really bring a whole battle on stage or something. We already have this Viking ship and everything. So it's already there. We have a lot of stuff. But just to make it even bigger and, a lot of costume changes and stuff to bring visuals for each song, that of course that would be amazing. I don't know, 100 trucks with stuff as I've
Yeah.
heard AC/DC or something.
I'm not sure if alive animals are allowed. We never seen in a or you did, Jordi. I've never seen an alive animal,
I
so people
think
is really sensitive with that.
in Spain, I think it's forbidden. I think.
Forbidden.
Yeah, it could be, but I think I saw Shania Twain coming on stage on a horse, so I don't know
Ah,
where it was, but
Could you sing on a horse, riding a horse?
yeah, I think walking, yeah, but trotting, no, that would not work.
Yes, yes.
that doesn't matter. You have infinite money. You can have a horse if you want.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Del saludo y just if you can record 5 seconds saying, "Hi all, I am Melina Sirala from Levi's. Please check my interview in Stairway to Rock."
Okay, is it a video or just audio?
Video.
Also,
Video, okay, so then I will try to Stairway to Rock.
yeah,
Yeah.
Stairway, yeah.
Hi, I'm Melina Sirala from Leaves Eyes. Please check my interview on Stairway to Rock.
Sure. Thank you very much, Elena.
No
We
problem.
enjoyed it.
That was really nice. Thanks for having me. I'm a
Hope to
bit
see
ill,
you.
so I'm sorry I'm having like a nasal voice now.
Oh, it's fine.
It's okay. No, it's perfect. And hope to see you in Spain soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I hope so too. Yeah. Great. So then have a
Okay.
great day.
Yeah,
Cool.
you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.